This is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 10. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Call halal, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. That's giving all praise to the Most High. In the name of His only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. My name is Ibar, from the prophets in Babylon camp down here in Tampa, Florida. And I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who taught us His truth and truth and sincerity. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. This video says St. Lucian man caught his daughter with 2 boys in the house. St. Lucian man caught his daughter with 2 boys in the house, and obviously his daughter was underage. As you would say in this society. But I'm doing this video to touch on the fact, that if you're gonna teach the Bible, the Lord said, "Eat the whole roll and go and teach the children of my people." You can't just teach what you want to teach. There's things in this Bible that must be taught that are not, that may make certain people feel uncomfortable, And one of the things is that, we'll tie this in with the flower of a woman's age. Okay, what is the flower of a woman's age? Meaning, a female becomes a woman by nature. She becomes a woman when she gets her cycle. Okay, and in the ancient world, even still to this world in the Middle East, once a young girl reaches her cycle, she becomes a woman, and she usually gets married off. And that happened all throughout the scriptures, man. Okay, Mary was a lot younger than Joseph was. Okay, which people don't even. You got people thinking that Mary was impregnated by an angel and by the Holy Spirit. All this madness going on, but this is something that happened in the ancient world, and here's why. Okay, here's the reason why. Because people in the Western society, they can't understand this. They get emotional because they may have a daughter. But the truth of the matter is, there's a reason for everything. And the Bible teaches us the way of life and how things are supposed to go so we can avoid these things. Okay, now personally, I don't have a daughter. I would not want to have a daughter in this society because this society is wicked. And I got another that's going to, further explain that in the next slide. First, we're going to play this video. All right, let's play it. Now, there's going to be a part where he starts to obviously, it's a Saint Lucian man, so he's gonna start swinging on her or whatever, and I'm gonna skip that part, But let's let it play.
That's inside the house there. Look at that inside the house there. Look at that. Look at my affair. Not your mother tell don't bring man inside of the house.
Now that's when you about to start swinging on her, but you see she's in a towel, okay? And the other boy is putting on his shirt, so you can obviously tell what's going on. Okay, it's not common. It's not hard to understand what's going on, man. Okay, the reason why and the reason why this happens is because you have to follow the scriptures, man. Ultimately, when a young girl in the Bible, when a young girl reaches her period, she has become a woman. That's the Most High saying, and nature saying that she can now bear children. So obviously she's going to start getting, those, that fire and desire going on. And a young girl, she's not going to think, okay, because listen, sex is marriage. Okay, we went through that before. Sex is marriage. When a woman loses her virginity, she has just made a sacred bond with that man that she lost her virginity to. And a woman is not supposed to be with multiple men. But society we live in now, they tell you that a woman isn't a woman until she's 18. By the time she's 18, she's already been with 6, 7 different men. Okay, I grew up with sisters and stuff, so I know all this stuff, man. So you got to be, the scripture says, you can't let your emotions rule over you. Okay, a man that lets his emotions, or a man that cannot control his emotions, is like a city without walls. Okay, so we have to, and also as men of the Lord, we have to speak of these things. We have to teach about these things. You can't run from it. You can't hide. Oh, I don't want to talk about that. I just want to talk about the law. I just want to talk about the law. Well, hey, we are reading the book of the law, and this is a part of it. All right, so let's read this. It says, 2 Corinthians, Salakia. Matter of fact, let me finish playing this video first. Let's skip all that. They go to Father, He go to putting hands on her or whatever, as he should. You know, she's out of order. Right here she says, I want to play that part.
Don't bring man inside of the house. You outside. Lock the door up there.
Now she said she's going to call her mom. Okay, so her mom is pretty much, you know, probably going to defend her daughter. Okay, she's just going to call her mom. All right, which the scripture says, as the mother is, so is the daughter. Okay, she learned from her mom. All right, so let me finish the scripture, and I'll grab another scripture concerning that, and I'll finish the video. This is the Sirach chapter 26, verse 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and her eyelids. And nowadays, these women wearing fake eyelids, you know, giving men the you know, those seductive eyes. It says, if a woman be shamed, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly. You know, which means, you know, that path of difficulty. You have to make it difficult for her to, you know, do what she want to do. You can't just let your daughters do what they want to do, because they're gonna come back pregnant. It says, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty, which liberty means freedom. If you give a woman too much freedom, she will abuse herself. Okay, even if it's your wife, you know, your wife, your girl, whatever, you cannot give her too much liberty, because she will abuse herself. Before you know it, she's, you know, out here, you know, wilding. It says, she will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down, and open her quiver against every arrow, which means she's gonna be a thought. Okay, she's gonna be out here, you know, being promiscuous and having a lot of sex with a lot of different men. You have a lot of these girls that are having sex in high school and middle school. Okay, and by the time they get of age, 18 years old, as I say in the society, they already done been with, you know, 5 or 10 different men. You know, that is the truth. Okay, that's the truth, man. When I was in high school, there were girls leaving school. Your damn high school crush was leaving school in a car with a nigga, some grown ass man. All right. It says, the grace of the wife delighteth. Well, that's the point. Let me go here. All right. Now she says she's going to call her mom. Let me grab one more going into the daughter. It says, let's go here. This is Sirach 42, verse 9. It says, the father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth. So the father got to watch for the daughter. He got to wake up and watch for the daughter when ain't nobody watching and paying attention, because she's a daughter. That's why, and also in the ancient world, is, you know, you had something called a dowry. So the father would pretty much sell the daughter off to a man of understanding, a man of substance, a man that can take care of his daughter, which was usually an older man. Okay, it says, and the care for her taketh away his sleep. He got to watch out for her, make sure she ain't going around her abusing herself, and that taketh away his sleep. You know, it says, when she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age. Okay, he says, when she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age. Now, the flower of a woman's age is when she gets her cycle. Okay, which may be around 10, 11 years old. Okay, when a woman gets her cycle, her body, she's not thinking about Barbie dolls anymore. Now she's thinking about boys. Okay, it says, and being married, lest she be hated. So when she passed the flower of her age, women got married off unless they were unless she was hated, man. Okay, meaning she was going to be in her father's house sleeping with all different men, and not, you know, with the husband, and then having all these babies by different men. Okay, and this happens in our society now. You got 16 and pregnant. You know, it says, verse 10, her virginity, it's like in her virginity, lest she be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house. You see, so the father has to watch over her in her virginity, lest she be defiled, meaning she will sleep with any, you know, young Jake down the block. You know, she had 2 boys in the house. It says, and gotten with child, means she get pregnant in her father's house. This is happening today. You have women that's going around sleeping with men because they you know, they wait, supposed to be, their parents think they still a child. They still 3 years old at 16, and the whole time the little girl out here, you know, doing all kind of stuff. It says, lest she be gotten with child in her father's house, and then they get pregnant. 16, hence to show 16 and pregnant. Okay, this society that we live in here is not sustainable. It is not the way the Lord taught us to live. And when you hold to this lifestyle, it brings nothing but death, not only to yourself but also to your household. It says, "And having an husband, lest she should misbehave herself." So she must probably be married off, lest she misbehave herself. Meaning what? Being overly promiscuous and sleeping with multiple men. Lest she should misbehave herself, and when she is married, lest she should be barren. It says, "Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter." This was a shameless daughter, man. You know, he talking to her. He asking her why these boys and how she looking. She looking at her phone. You know, she really don't. She really didn't respect that man. Okay, for whatever reason, she didn't respect that man. All right, in his house with men, with boys in his house. But those are young men. Okay. It says, "Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock in thine to thine enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude." Because when your daughter get pregnant, and neither one of y'all know who the father is. Guess who the father is now? You. Now you got to take care of her and this child that she done birthed. It says, behold not everybody's beauty, and sit not in the midst of women. So just because you see somebody and they may look beautiful, they may be, they may be appealing to the eyes, don't mean you're supposed to be, behold everybody's beauty, man. Okay, you're not supposed to sit in the midst of women. Don't be hanging around a bunch of women, you know. From the garments cometh a moth, and from women wickedness. Okay, so let's grab this. She also said how she's going to call her mother, right? So let's go into that. This is let me find it real quick so I can bear with me. Here we go. This is Ezekiel chapter 16 verse 44. It says, "Behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as the mother, so is the daughter." So, these women, they're pretty much, just, another probably worse version of their mothers. And the mother was a total, slore, which means a slut and a whore. Okay. And then the daughter grew up to be the same way. Let me grab this too. Okay. The father establishes the houses, because this is why it's important to have a father in the house. Talk about the curse of the mother. Let me see. Here we go. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 3 verse 9. "For the blessing of the father establishes the houses of children." So when you have a father in the house, that's going to bring what? Correction, order, discipline in the house, and that's going to establish the houses of the children. So the children can grow up and have their own houses and, follow that same stead. Well, without a father in the house, it says, "But the curse of the mother rooteth out foundations." Okay, because the mother just, so like well, basically women are emotional, so they're gonna, tend to the emotions. "Oh, it's okay, baby, it's okay, I understand," instead of just correcting the child. It says, "Glory not in the dishonor of thy father, for thy father's dishonor is no glory unto thee." So a lot of times these women, they don't want to deal with their fathers for whatever reason. or my father cheated on my mother, so now I'm never talking to him again. Nah, man, that ain't got nothing to do with you. I've seen your mother and your father. You're supposed to honor your father. Okay, let's finish allowing this to play.
You call your mother, don't bring no man inside the house. That what they tell. They don't tell you an issue there.
She's in a towel, bro. So he literally caught them in the act. She's in a towel. The other dude was still putting his clothes on. Okay. Hey man, I was once a young man, bro. I was once a young man. I was those same dudes. I was those same little boys, man. In middle school, I was sneaking into girls' houses, man, jumping out windows and running from parents, bro. Okay, I know because I was there, and I'm gonna be honest. Okay, a lot of Jake, they start teaching this Bible and start lying and playing this facade, like they ain't like they don't never like they ain't never sin, like they ain't never go off, which I wasn't in sin, you know. But we have to be realistic. We have to teach about these things. We have to inform our people of these things. Matter of fact, let me grab this. Let's go to Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16. This is Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16. It says, "Thus saith Yahawah, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths." You got to ask, how did our forefathers and our foremothers deal with these situations? How did they go about raising their kids and everything else, man? It says, "Ask for the old paths. Where is the good way?" Those old paths is the good way, "and walk therein. Ye shall find rest for your souls." But they said, "We will not walk therein." So Jake want to go their own way. They're modernized now. They got shirt fringes on instead of going back to the garments, you know. And with that, they still try to modernize this truth, you know. Not the truth about taking trap beats and speaking. Hey, what the fuck is you doing, man? That ain't what this about, you know. It says, "Also I have set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken." And those watchmen are the prophets, man. We telling you what's going on. We telling you all these things. But are people listening? Absolutely not. So let's let it play. And you see what he does eventually.
Who you fucking calling? Outside, go outside, go outside, go outside, go outside, go outside, outside, go outside, let him fella, outside. If I tell you all that, no man inside that house. Don't come and tell me no man inside that house there.
Okay, so he pretty much kicked her out. All right. This is First Corinthians chapter 7, verse 36. Let me go up. You know, let's get to the point. Verse 36. If any man think that he may behaveth himself uncommonly toward his virgin, because men would get virgins. Okay, when a man got a wife, she was a virgin. He didn't get a wife with 13 bodies on her. Okay, he didn't get a wife with 3 kids already. You got a woman with 5 kids. Somebody she trying to settle down. Bitch, you gonna settle down too many times. What are you talking about? Okay, hey, over here we're gonna tell you the truth, man. We're not finna sit here and sugarcoat it or make you feel good or tell you what our wives want us to say. I done met men like that, bro. I done met men that will not go into these topics because of their wife. Well, nigga, you can die behind your fucking wife. Okay? It says, "But if any man think that he behaveth himself uncommonly toward his virgin, if she pass the flower of her age, and need so require, let him do what he will, he sinneth not. Let them marry." Now I told you, sex is marriage, man. Okay, so when a woman passed the flower of her age, when she gets her period, she was given over to a man. If not, she gonna give herself over to any fucking man that you know look at her. Okay, that's what happens. If you don't give your daughter over to a man, which there was a dowry involved. Let's grab that. The dowry. Like I said, a lot of people are you have become westernized. Okay, you have become westernized. Exodus chapter 22, verse 17. If her father utterly refuses to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins. So if you had a daughter that was a virgin, and you know her father, you know, didn't necessarily like the man, or if a man got a woman pregnant, he had to pay a dowry to the father, which was usually like 50 shekels of silver, I believe. You know, so you have something called a dowry. Let's go into this word dowry. As a matter of fact, let's grab it in the blue letter. Because there's a reason for all these things, man. And the Lord has given us this understanding so that we can, you know how to live. Okay, know how to, you know, carry ourselves on this planet. The Bible is instructions. Okay, how things are supposed to be done. Let me grab you this. Let's go into this word dowry real quick. This is a touchy topic as well, because like I said, you have been accustomed to the ways of Babylon, so you don't you know, a lot of people don't go into this, man. I'm gonna grab that to the Lord to eat the whole world. This is dowry. It says
Strong's H4119
moher. So this is the dowry. It says purchase price for wife, wedding money. Okay, so if you got a wife, you know, a man had to pay a dowry, which was a purchasing price for that wife. Okay, And over there in the Middle East, they still do this to this day. Okay, you got men over there that have 20 wives and 107 children, man. You know, it was a video of that. A reporter, even my reporter went over there. He was talking to one of those, you know, those men over there, and he said he had like 27 wives, man. Then he had like damn near like 130 some kids. Okay, and then he was happy. And then when the man told him he had some wives, he said he had one wife. He said how many kids he had? He had no kids or something like that. And the guy started laughing at him, man. Okay, he started laughing at him because that's not the way things were set up. Okay, ultimately you're supposed to be fruitful and multiply. Okay, you're supposed to be fruitful and multiply. But you know, with you know a woman that you know, and usually like even the priest, the priest couldn't deal with a woman unless she was a virgin. You know, that's why also what the Lord said it's adulterous generation because nowadays anybody you deal with, they're not a virgin. All right, so yeah, that's the point on that. Let's play this. Yeah, so she gets put out the house. All right.
Yeah. No man inside that house, all that head.
Let's go here now. I got this video.
It's complex. I cheated a lot of times.
And family.
You
This
heard
is the
that?
worst place.
I cheated a lot of times. Complex. I cheated a lot of times.
That and that's what you get. Without order and proper instruction, without men being men, you get demons like that around here, man. You know, and it's really sickening. Okay, it's really sickening. Now you got this older man right here, and he's going to spill some knowledge on you. Okay, like I said, let me grab that to eat the whole roll. Because like I said, you can't just teach what you want to teach out this Bible, man. Okay, you cannot just teach what you want to teach out this Bible. It's like you go to a job and they tell you, hey, mop this whole floor, and you say, well, I only want to mop this corner of the floor. They're gonna fire your ass, man. Okay, they got no need for your ass. It says let me grab it. Salaki, bear with me 1 second. Here we go. This is let's get right to it. This is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 1. Now, obviously, now I gotta, clarify it. This is not something that you would do in a society. I'm just telling you why the things are happening that are happening in our society, and how, we did things in the ancient world. All right, for all the simpletons out there. Oh, he's saying he promoting. No, 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 no. I'm just teaching you. All I'm doing is teaching the Bible. Okay, that's all I'm doing. It says Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel. So eat what thou findest, eat this roll. Now, if you get a bread roll, he's saying eat the roll. Don't peel, take the crust off and get to the soft part. Oh, we only deal with the soft part. We only deal with the you gotta teach the meat too. Okay. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee, which we supposed to be studying. Meaning you supposed to digest this word and study. By studying it, and it's going to be in your spirit. One of my brother Daniela's favorite scriptures was what was it? Roughly paraphrasing about this wisdom being in your inward parts. Okay, I'm gonna have to find it, Salakia. But it was one of his favorite scriptures. He's always telling me that scripture now, and that was a heavy scripture, man. Hey, these words supposed to be hid in your heart and your mind. You're supposed to study this Bible enough to where you'll be able to quote scriptures and think of scriptures, off the top of your head, instead of having to go to the Bible to find them, or you'll just have this understanding of these scriptures. It says, and he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. Because at first you find out you're an Israelite. Oh, I'm gonna be a king. Oh yeah, we're about to take over. Yeah, multiple wives. Da 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 da. Spiritual power. The Lord only chose us. These are all sweet things when you first start get into these scriptures. Then it says, and then he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, which means the race of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. So we got to speak with the words of Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, not our own words. You can't just, oh, I don't want to teach about that. I'm gonna teach about this. No, we got to speak about all these words, man. It says, and even the things that are not so, that are not so, acceptive to the people. Like when I got polite, asked Apostle Har about the whole grape thing, and he stood like a man and said what it was. He said what he said was the truth. Okay, this Bible is full of lamentations and woes, man. This ain't the Bible about all lovey dovey and it's nah, man. This Bible is a lot of stuff in this Bible that today's world will be against. Just like how it says you pose a stone sodomites. Sodomites supposed to be put to death, but now they having what it is, June 2nd, June 3rd. It's we in Pride Month. You see, so in this society they will shun that, but in the Bible it was written for a reason. Okay, it says, and he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee to the house of Israel and speak with my words unto them, for thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of an hard language, but to the house of Israel. Okay. I'm gonna read a little bit more because this is good. I haven't went into it in a minute. It says, not too many people of a strange speech or of a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. So the Lord said, if I would have sent you to any of these other nations, they would have listened, man. But I sent you to these stiff-necked and rebellious people. Because a lot of times Jake just want to do their own thing. Jake don't want to follow any type of order or instruction or the proper way or the proper path. They want to do their own thing. And that's why we was constantly finding ourselves in slavery. Okay? Constantly finding ourselves getting persecuted. It says, not too many, so like I read that, but verse 7, but thy house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted. You got hard-headed niggas out here, man. All right, hard-headed niggas out here. So let's let this video play.
Family, this is the worst place in the world to choose a wife.
Go back.
It's complex. I cheated a lot of times.
Family, this is the worst place in the world to choose a wife. Not only worst place in the world, it's the worst place in the annals of history to choose a wife. Attention to a woman is like crack cocaine. And so she's seeing these things on the internet, and she's got guys in her DM, and they're giving her a false idea of their value. The male attention is monopoly money. Because when you hit 35 and that attention starts to go away and you start looking for men, the kind of men you want, now you're competing with the younger, more fertile girl. There's a reason that the creator starts, you start to lose your eggs, in the mid-30s? I have daughters.
You said you start to lose your eggs in your mid-30s, man. Women start to lose their eggs in the mid-30s. You have women that's 30 years old that don't have any children. Okay, now they talking about they want to settle down, they want to have kids. A lot of women that live that young, that fucking gad abroad life. They was, hot girls and city girls in their younger ages. Now they're old, bitter, and single women. Okay, with no children. All you got is a little fucking Pomeranian. And you think that's your child. Which is going to leave you to a miserable life, really. You got passport bros talking about leaving the country to go find women that are, traditional and know how to cook. Nowadays, you talk to a woman, she'll ask you if you know how to cook. Go talk to any of these modern American women. They're gonna ask you. First thing they're gonna ask you is, do you know how to cook? What you ask me if I know how to cook for? Do you know how to fight? Do you know how to defend the house from a robber? So that's what America has done to our nation. It just destroyed niggas. That's why the Lord said He's gonna come. He's only gonna save a remnant. The majority of our people are not gonna get saved out of here, man. They don't. Why the hell will we bring this demonic spirit and this demonic lifestyle to our homeland, man? Which we know we're gonna be changed, but just the thought of that is scary. Okay, it'll be a damn America 2.0, a Rome 3.0. All right.
Youngest daughter just graduated from college. She's 22.
Mm.
My advice to them: find the best man you can at your youngest age and settle down with him.
And if that man is 40 years old, you'd be okay with it?
40?
Yeah. Complicated. It's complex. I've cheated a lot of times.
Marriage and family. This is the worst place in the world.
What he said? Because a lot of women, especially these, ran through hard.
She's old enough to do that.
Because they say, I had a woman ask me. She said, "So, what about a man that's 40 years old getting with a woman that's 20 years old?" Hey, she's fucking grown, man. If it ain't her, they're not related. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And like he said, nobody got a problem with these women going on OnlyFans at 19, 18 years old, having sex with and putting it all over the internet. Which only leads to, a woman not getting, a man not taking a woman seriously versus a woman that submits to a man at a young age and gets in order. You see, becomes a part of his program. This world is all fucked up, bro. And I pray this video is coming out clear and you can understand what I'm saying. If you can't, so be it. Only for the elect, anyways. But the fact that we understand this, it all makes sense, man. You grew up with, the older women talking about, that fast ass little girl. These girls, the young girls going out with their, booty shorts on and, talking to older men. And the Bible tells us why. Okay? The Bible tells us why, man. Okay? You cannot be emotional. You got to be a full grown man to teach this Bible, man. This is also why the Lord said it's not permitted for women to teach, because a woman will try to, bend the scriptures to her mind, to what's appealing to her, to what feels good, and ultimately then you don't get the truth. And also that's what the Lord said, no effeminate shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, because a lot of these men in America, they're effeminate, they're emotional, they act like women, and they can't fully go into the scriptures and deal with these scriptures like men, So when it comes to something like this, a topic like this, which I've done before, and even the whole, great topic, because the Bible gives us laws about what happens in a situation of rape. Okay, there's specific laws. They always say, the law, we teach the law. Why don't you ever teach that law? Huh? Oh, because you scared your wife gonna hear you talk about it and look at you crazy. You see? So really, a lot of these people, they're not really serving the Lord. They're serving themselves. It's whatever they want to do. It's whatever they want to teach and whatever they want to say. There's certain topics that I don't, I may not want to go into it, but I have to go into it. Okay? Eventually, I'm gonna have to go into it. All right? And I try to go into at least everything at least once or twice. You got videos, you got channels I've been taking down. So things that I went into on those channels that's not up no more, I'm gonna have to go through those things again. There's so much to teach about. There's no reason why a week go by, 10 days go by, and you ain't did a fucking video, bro. Look at what's going on in the world. All these prophecies happening in the world, and you ain't talking about this. The scripture says the elect shall give diligence to make their calling and election sure. You got God sending King David, God sending the elects, God sending a new covenant, and niggas don't do videos for 10 days at a time, man. 10 days you ain't did a video, nigga. But then we do a video, it's about this man and what he did and what he said. What the fuck is going on, bro? Hey, this why the Lord gotta burn this place, and he finna burn this place, man. A lot of these niggas ain't right, so they gotta get left. The Lord said, I will leave you there and melt you. Let's let this play. Salakia.
19-year-old that have and put it all out on the internet.
Yeah.
As long as
now look what she asked him and the way she asked it to him.
And settle down with him.
And if that man is 40 years old, you'd be okay with it?
40?
Yeah.
As long as he can provide for her and she loves her, he's gonna treat her right. Absolutely. As long as
now you heard what he said. As long as he can provide for her and treat her well, absolutely. And that's why I said in the ancient world, a woman usually got married off to a man that was much older. Why? Because he done got his shit in order. He done figured out life. Okay, and he's moving accordingly. But a younger man is just trying to get his rocks off. Okay, so he gonna pop her and dump her, leave her, pop her and go fucking fight in the military and die or something. The older men usually been already did a military thing, already learned from that and came back, and now he's got substance here and he's able to deal with a woman. You know, so this is how things were in the ancient world, and this is how it's going to be in the world to come. You know, in the kingdom of heaven, when we get wives, and we're gonna have all these, we're gonna have wives of our nation, and we're gonna have wives of the other nations. Okay, a lot of people can't understand that either. They get emotional about that. Oh, well, you got to marry a black woman. I ain't got to do shit. Okay? Who the fuck is you to tell me what I got to do? We're going to have other, these heathen women as concubines, which are lesser wives too. And when we get these women in the kingdom of heaven, when we get these women, we're going to get them as virgins. You're not going to get a woman that has 30, that had 300 bodies. You got women out here that's fucking 22 years old talking about they done slept with over 1,000 men. That woman is destroyed. Okay, let me grab this. That land polluted. That land is greatly polluted. Okay, and that's why women be having all types of mental disorders and shit, anxiety, taking all types of pills. You know. You see, we understand the scripture, so now we have this understanding, man, and now and now we're fit to, you know, before we weren't learning this Bible. We ain't no shit, but now that we understand this Bible, now we're fit to be proper judges, man. And that's what the Lord is making us. He's making us proper judges of the new world to come. If you strive to be of that elect, then the Lord's going to make you a proper judge. You have to learn how to deal with situations. You have to learn how to deal with problems, and you have to learn how to judge the people. You know, you have to learn how to do all these things. It says in Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 1, they say if a man put away his wife, so if a man breaks up with his wife, and she be gone from him, and becometh another man. This is why you're not supposed to. You're really not supposed to. There is no reason a man can leave his wife. She may be naggy. She may be this. She may be that. You cannot leave her, put her away unless she commits adultery. Okay, and a woman can't just get up and up and say she want to leave, like, you know, for any fucking reason either. But because of America, give them that liberty. Now the divorce rate is 85% the woman. Okay, so these women are getting in relationships where the man had to invest his whole life into her, and then she'll just get up and say, "Nah, I don't want to do this no more," you know, and then she go out there and be a whore, you know, and thus you get adultery going on, man. But it says, they say if a man put away his wife and she go from him and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? No. Shall not that land be greatly polluted? Okay, and a polluted land is barren. A polluted land cannot bear fruit. Okay, when you have, you know, a soil that is, you know, polluted or shitty soil, it doesn't bear fruit, or if it does bear fruit, it doesn't bear the best fruit. Okay, that's just why it was best to get a woman in her younger years, and to impregnate her in her younger years, because then you can have, you know, strong and healthy children, man. You got a lot of these children that's being born with, you know, autism and stuff, not only because of the medication and stuff they put in giving these pregnant women, but also because, you know, they having kids at 40, 50 years old, man. You know, 39 years old. Now you want to have kids, you know, and your body is not, you know, the same as it was when you were younger. Not to mention all the men that you done slept with and destroyed your body. That land has been greatly polluted. It says, but thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return unto me again, saith Yahawah. And that's, you know, this is the Lord likening this unto us, because we are the Lord's wife. You know, he is our husband. So liken unto us and our woman, this is also why the Lord did this too, because, you know, the man's glory is his woman. So the Lord will have where he'll destroy your glory, your woman. He destroyed our women, and that's bringing shame upon us, man. All right, so let's let this play. I'll bring it back. Let's bring it back. Let's go back to right here before the ad.
There's a reason that the Creator starts, you start to lose your eggs, what, in the mid-30s? I have daughters. My youngest daughter just graduated from college. She's 22. My advice to them, find the best man you can at your youngest age and settle down with him.
And if that man is 40 years old, you'd be okay with it?
40?
Yeah.
As long as he can provide for her and she loves her, he's going to treat her right, absolutely. As long as they're an adult. It's okay for an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old to have and put it all out on the internet. She's old enough to do that. She's old enough to be in a relationship. And what does God say, by the way? What does nature say? Nature says that women typically get their period like in their early teens, maybe 12, maybe 13 years old. In my opinion, that's nature and God saying He's preparing you to get ready for childbirth.
Yeah, like you can ride and you know.
So that's it on that.
It's complex. I've cheated a lot of times.
Marriage and family. This is the worst
Cheated a
place.
lot of times. All right. It says for to bear children, which is the purpose of a woman. Okay. It says, notwithstanding, First Timothy chapter 2, verse let's go to verse 9. It says, in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, not with your ass cheeks hanging out, your titties hanging out. That's off. It says, adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array. Really, your hair's supposed to be covered. It says, but now these women, they got these braids with the fucking gold flakes in them and shit, and they fucking swinging their hair in men's face and all that, man. It says, but which becometh women professeth godliness with good works. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection, but I suffered not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the men. For Adam was first formed, then Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith, charity, and holiness with sobriety. So you women gonna be saved in childbearing, okay? Let me grab that to natural use. Because you women were created to bear children. You weren't created to be a hot girl and be a career woman and a damn CEO and all that crazy shit. You were created to bear children, all right? And to tend to the house, to be a helpmeet unto a man. It says, let me go to Romans chapter 1 verse 26. It says, for this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections, for even their woman did change the natural use to that which is against nature. Now you got women claiming to be men. You got women laying down with other men. I just saw a video. It was a pretty a fairly pretty looking woman. She was pretty comely. She had nice teeth and and then she was like looking her tongue out, saying how her how she felt like eating some damn vagina. Okay, she said, I never tried it. I just want to eat some vagina. She kept looking her tongue out. These bitches is gone. Okay, and the reason why is because of this wicked society and world that we're in that allows this madness, man. The woman is a weaker vessel, so she is more susceptible to demons. Okay, so when the demons tell her, oh yeah, kiss your girl, your girl best friend, they'll do it faster than men will, man. When women are inherently wicked. Okay, I must say that. There's not a lot of good things said about women in the Bible because they are inherently wicked. That's why they're supposed to be led and be ruled over by a man. Okay, your husband shall rule over you. It says, and likewise also the men. That's the point. You already get that. You got men sleeping with other men. I'll go ahead and grab this and I'll close out. It says, Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. So you're supposed to get with a husband, and he's supposed to, your desire is supposed to be to your husband, not to OnlyFans and Instagram and, for getting flown out by rappers that's just gonna, splooge all over your face, and then now you got to find your own way back home. All type of madness going on, man. It says that desire shall be unto him, and he shall rule over you. So you're supposed to, be in order to a man. A man's that's your head. Okay, a woman's head is her husband, and the man's head is the Lord. All right. So that's the point, man. I ain't gonna make this too long. I pray that's edifying to the whole elect. Shalom, Kwame Sharala. But they might take the video down because it's a lesson, but Lord willing, they don't. Lord willing, they be edifying to the whole elect. Shalom.